Most people think they know Mark Zuckerberg, the hoodie-wearing genius who built Facebook in a dorm room. But the Zuck of 2025 is a different species entirely. He's a billionaire who trains for cage fights, wears custom designer streetwear, and controls the most powerful communication network in human history. But beyond the 4 billion people on his family of apps, Zuckerberg has quietly built a personal empire that looks less like a tech portfolio and more like a nation-state. From a $300 million doomsday ranch in Hawaii to a shadow venture capital firm that owns chunks of the world's biggest AI companies. Today, we are going beyond the Blue app. This is the complete, unfiltered breakdown of Mark Zuckerberg's global empire. Before we look at the yachts and the bunkers, we have to understand the cash engine. Zuckerberg's genius isn't just coding, it's predatory acquisition. Take Instagram, which he bought in 2012 for $1 billion when it had zero revenue. At the time, it was called a bubble. Today, it is the heartbeat of global culture and worth over $100 billion. Then there was WhatsApp in 2014. He paid $19 billion a price, so high it made Wall Street gasp. Why? Because Zuckerberg realized that while Facebook was for public sharing, WhatsApp was the private infrastructure of the world. And let's not forget the clone strategy. When he couldn't buy Snapchat, he built Stories. When he couldn't buy TikTok, he built Reels. When X, formerly Twitter, faltered, he launched Threads, which now boasts 400 million users. By 2025, Zuckerberg has achieved platform independence. With Llama for his open-source AI and MetaQuest, he is no longer just an app developer. He is building the air that the digital world breathes. Zuckerberg's wealth is famously tied to Meta stock. But his personal investments are managed by a secretive firm called Iconic Capital. This isn't just a bank, it's a billionaire's club. Through Iconic, Zuckerberg has owned pieces of Zoom, Snowflake, Datadog, and Flipkart. In 2025, Iconic led a massive $13 billion round for Anthropic, the primary rival to OpenAI. He also makes solo bets. He joined a $35 million round for the customer service giant Intercom. He co-led a $40 million round for the AI robotics firm Vicarious, which was later acquired by Google, one of the few times Zuck has sold a venture for a win. And through his philanthropic arm, he's poured hundreds of millions into education tech across India and Africa with companies like Baiju, and Andela. While most people buy a summer home, Zuckerberg builds sovereign compounds. His crown jewel is the Kauai Ranch in Hawaii. Spanning 2,300 acres, this $300 million project is more than a vacation spot. It features a massive 5,000 square foot underground bunker, its own energy and food supplies, and world-class cattle ranching. Locals have dubbed it the Zucker Bunker. Then there's his DC power move. In early 2025, he paid $23 million cash for a 14,000 square foot mansion in Washington, D.C. Why? Because the Meta CEO is now a political player. This house is his base for lobbying and tech policy warfare. This is all part of his compound strategy. In Palo Alto, he bought 5 houses surrounding his own to ensure total privacy. In Lake Tahoe, he spent $59 million on 2 lakefront estates to build a private family retreat. For years, Zuckerberg maintained a modest image-grade t-shirts and Acura sedans. That image is dead. In 2024, he took delivery of Launchpad, a $400 million, 3-100-80-7-foot superyacht. But Launchpad doesn't travel alone. It's accompanied by a $100 million support vessel, recently renamed Discovery. This ship carries the helicopters, the jet skis, and a 12-ton crane for the tenders. This is maritime dominance on a scale previously reserved for royalty. What do you do when you own the world? You try to save it, or at least the people in it. The Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, or CZI, is the vehicle for his ultimate legacy. Zuck and his wife, Priscilla Chan, have pledged 99% of their Meta shares to this cause. The goal is to cure, prevent, or manage all human disease by the year 2100. By 2025, CZI is building one of the world's largest AI computing clusters for biological research. They are mapping every single cell in the human body, the Human Cell Atlas, to predict and stop disease before it starts. Mark Zuckerberg is no longer just a social media CEO. He is an architect of reality. He owns the platforms where we talk, the AI that helps us think, and the land where he can retreat if it all goes wrong. He has survived every scandal, every competitor, and every attempt to break his power. As we look at the next decade, the question isn't whether we can escape the Zuckerberg empires, whether we even want to. If you want to see our next deep dive on the war for AI supremacy, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments. Is Zuck building a future for humanity or just a fortress for himself? Thanks for watching.